Actually having a look on his back. I'm going to use my binoculars when he comes out again. You might hear some weird sounds. Interesting. So even though he is underwater, because it's such a hot day, he is actually already secreting mucus. So I suppose when he's got his back out the water, even if he is just playing, he doesn't want to get sunburned and dehydrated on his back. So when he comes out like that, oh look there, you can see they look like little glistening fairy lights all over his body, and the darker section on top you can see a line. Oh, hello boy. Thank you for that. That was impressive. You could fit a whole watermelon in there. But when he stands up again, you'll see on his back there's a darker line developing about halfway up his body, and the top half of his body is darker than the bottom half. There you can see the little balls on his body maybe. They're little balls of mucus. And that's how he keeps himself cool. It's that jelly-like substance that he secretes to protect the skin from dehydrating and burning. Are you going to show us again? Almost looks like he's bopping in the water. He's bouncing. Did you happen to get that name in, Paul? It sounded like maybe Merc? Mac or Merc? I don't know which one it is. I'm so sorry. I might be getting it wrong. I have no idea how old Dewey is. Merrick. Wow. Sorry, Merrick. I have no idea how old Dewey is, to be perfectly honest with you. He's been here since I've been here, but I don't think that helps us very much because, I don't know, he might be quite old. He doesn't have that many scars on him, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's young. It just means he may not have had as many fights. So I have no idea, but if there is anyone that knows how old Dewey is, please let me know. It would be incredibly difficult to track a hippo, so even Rolo and Polo and Chitwadam, if we went there now, I'm telling you now, not a single person could tell us which one Rolo or Polo is. I know that. No one could tell us that, so I don't think anyone would know even where Dewey was born and how he got here, let alone how old he is. I think it would almost be impossible to track the age of a hippo unless you painted a giant streak on its back in a specific color with a pattern that says Rolo or Polo or Dewey. Okay, again, I didn't quite get that name. That's a bit of a... Sorry, the radios are having a bit of a hard time today. They seem to be cutting out a little bit. Could you please repeat that name for me, Morgan? Bixa? I think. I'm Paul's staying out of this one. He doesn't know. Yay, the sticker's back. I'm thinking it's Bixa. I suppose hippos could eat vegetation in the water, but... But more than likely they'll come out of the water because they're predominantly grazers. So they'll come out and look for open plains and feed on the nice grass on open plains. There's not really that many grasses in the waters here. Wow. Not that many grasses, it's more little fine water weeds and things, which doesn't really help him because water weeds are more browsing than grazing. So he would have to stick more to feeding on grass outside of the water, but you might find him on the banks of the water if there's nice succulent grass growing. A lot of the time though, what you find very close to the water holes isn't necessarily grass. It might be reeds, it might be some form of sage, and so that wouldn't really be in his taste. He would much prefer to graze on some grass. And he uses those really big lips to graze. He doesn't use his teeth. He doesn't have incisors like we do to bite with the front of his teeth. He chews with his molars to get through that tough outer layer of the grass, but to actually rip the grass out, he clips it off with his lips. Which sounds really weird, but that's what he does. That's why he's got such big lips.